Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Red Sea podcast. This is Dennis, as always, coming to you from very hot Greece today. My room is right about melting temperature right now. Not having the best of days, but even in the worst of them, I'll always be here for you guys. Uh, because this is for the fans. I'm a fan myself. For everyone that's tuning in for the first time, nothing but a 20-year-old lifelong Olympiacos fan. But yeah, starting off, uh, starting off with promotion. As much as some people hate it, I apologize, but it needs to happen. If you don't already, do what the banner says. I'm glad the audio sounds good, and I've actually not brought up this jersey yet. Uh, I'll go. I'll go through the story after. I thought I had, but yeah. Uh, do follow the show everywhere if you don't already. It's on Spotify, here of course, TikTok. It's on Instagram and it's on Twitter. Posting there as much as I can. Everyone is free to comment, message, whatever. I'll respond to everything. I've recently gotten an icon, the bantering about the game. Banter is always welcome. Just bring your A game if you're a fan of an opposing team. Uh, I actually did forget to do this. Let me do this right now. The link is now in the chat for everyone that wants to join up at some point. Third, as always. And yeah, I was gonna start the show differently, but since it got brought up in the comments, I'll actually go get this. I'll actually go get this. We're starting today with a story, I suppose. For everyone that's on audio, I am currently holding up one of the best gifts I have gotten ever, and that is a signed Olympiacos jersey from last year. Got it for my birthday. Uh, it's a Europa League jersey. It's a Versalico jersey, ironically. But yeah, has a bunch of different signatures here. Uh, from people like Tosh Bowler, Pep Biel. I don't even remember some of these. Gary Rodriguez, and the Ruchos, the beloved, of course, for everyone that is on video will understand the two signatures I'm holding up now. Of course, that's from the captain Kostas Fortounis and the amazing Larabi, and a bunch of other people. Just one of the best gifts ever. I'll get more into the story at some point, but now is not the time. I'll go put this back and we'll continue with normal programming. But yeah, I was just extremely happy when I got this, honestly. This will be in the background as it has been for every episode. But yeah, a quick little story, I suppose. My big ass head is covering it, but you all can see it. Connection issues should be a bit better today, I hope. At least it shouldn't be horrible. I have put something to enhance the signal in the room. If it's horrible today as well, I'm either changing devices or I'm either changing rooms. One of the two. Uh, Now, I would love. I have actually started this positively, as I said. There was a planned start for today, and that planned start is very sad news once again. Haven't seen many people report on this, so I have to. Two AEK fans, two uh, brothers, if I am correctly informed, were stabbed and brutally attacked by um, randoms, fans of another team. As those fans, of course, fans in quotations because no fan is like that, as those scumbags were shouting chants against Ike, I do not know if there is any further info on that case. I will update through social media by tomorrow, where there will hopefully be some further info. As far as I know, both children are okay, and I don't even know what to say. It's football shouldn't be scary. Honestly, no sport should be scary. You even fear for your life for the team you support. Like, I'd love to go to the stadium wearing a jersey like that, but I know I can't because there is a fear I'll be attacked. It's everywhere. It's just a thing that should stop. Honestly, just a thing that should stop. I actually uh, didn't expect this to happen live, but I got a subscriber. I channel name Olympiacos7. If you listen to this after, if you're in here, uh, if anything, just thank you. Drop a comment if you listen to this after. And yeah, love the toxicity of Greek football ultra. I'll get into something else after that. Haven't even told you that I saw, and it's all about Olympiacos. But yeah, these people shouldn't even be in the ultras. These people should be in jail, like off the streets, like immediately. Hope they find them. I really do. But now getting into stupid news of the day. Uh, I want to use it to go into football, but it has to do with the Aris game. I appreciate that. Compliments from your girlfriend are always perfect, especially when you're live. It gets confidence up. But yeah, now Aris game back on track. Let me actually find it. Let me find it. I don't know if I can put it up, but let me find it. It's about there it is. Yeah, I do not think I can put it up. But as reported by Ultras Balkan Official, the Instagram account that some of you may know, uh, there were clashes between groups of Gate 7. Between Gate 7. I think it was Gate 7 Iliopoli, yes, and Gate 7 Pakrati. Why are we fighting each other? Why? What are you doing? How will they not mock us after? Like, are we that dumb? What the fuck? I hope that. Mm, mm. Need to shut my mouth. Don't want to be demonetized. I've had enough trouble with YouTube already. But yeah, what the like what? And yes, good point. I ultras have had this problem as well. Like Leave. Just stop ruining the image of the club you should be the biggest supporters of. Go. What are you doing? I don't even know what the argument was about. Like, it's so weird. So weird. Don't know anymore. Like, I'm sorry about yelling, but I don't get it. Just don't. Really don't. Now, positives. Finally. Let me get into the banners. And the first banner will be out to the guys at water polo, the water polo team. Beating Brescia incredibly, uh, 12-13 in Italy, mind you. And now needing to beat Ferencvaros, I'm pretty sure to qualify. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I have heard. And honestly, this team, the Erasitechnics in general, like as mentioned in the previous episode, the guys over at volleyball winning the cup and having the league final up ahead. The the guys over at handball getting a win in the league. Uh, Even the women in volleyball getting a massive victory in the semis of the volley league. Like it's amazing. The women in basketball as well getting a victory relatively easily. Some people need to realize that Olympiacos isn't just football and basketball. We have amazing history. We have like over 200 cups. Don't quote me on that. We have over 200 cups in general. Like people need to support these teams that are doing amazingly. Amazingly is an understatement. But yeah, uh, let me actually check if I can, and if I can find it, I will move on. But I want to actually find, if possible, how many caps we have in total. Won't take too much time looking into it. I will update on social media if I can't find it quickly. But yes, just people need to go to these teams. People need to support these teams because they have earned it. They have more than earned it. And my comments have disappeared. Wait. Yes, we do have a lot. It's more than a lot. I just need to find how many specifically, because the curiosity is gonna kill me if I don't find this right now. But that is okay. We will move past it. I I will just look it up after. Yeah, not worth it right now. Uh, moving on. Moving on very quickly to some transfer news. Rumor uh, has been circling around that we want to bring back a young centre back of Panserikos FC going by the name of Nikolaos Koutsamanidis, a young centre back that has yes, smoothly changing subject. A young centre back that has started his career at Olympiacos but moved away. A young centre back that has performed. People, you can tell that English isn't my first language. Uh, a young centre back that has performed amazingly in the Superleague this year, being one of the standouts of Panathinaikos, I'd say. So yeah, we may look to bring him back. as a rotational player, I don't know if that means someone will be on his way out. I don't know if he'll just come back to help with rotation. We'll see. Just a reported rumor. Now, moving on from that, going over to nothing that general yet, because I want to point this out. Ayub El-Kabi having one of the most insane goal scoring seasons I have ever seen. Yes. Uh, emphasis on the young. Yes, love supporting Greek youngsters. He was just amazing. I don't see why we shouldn't bring him in. Like we have emphasized the Greek core so much. We need it's a buyer technique. We need to do the buyer technique. There is no reason for us to not. Especially off of clubs like no disrespect, but off of clubs like Panathinaikos. Why not? Especially kids that have started here, as I pointed out. But yes, going back to the previous subject, Ayub El Ayub El-Kabi, a man that has impressed, I think, everyone. Ayub El-Kabi, a man that was one of the scorers at the Irish game. Could have scored two, but decided to try the wildest panenka ever, with Cuesta just not moving a muscle and hugging the ball. But we'll get into that a bit later. Ayub El-Kabi now needing 6 goals, if I'm not mistaken. The post I have in front of me, shout out to Piraeus team, because I'm taking the post off of them. Ayub El-Kabi is 6 goals off becoming the top goal scorer in the season of all time at this club. Of all time. 27 goals now with the Irish goal, if I'm not mistaken again. Don't quote me on that. And the man that is holding the record, I'm on a roll today, uh, is Alekos Alexandreis with 32 in the 01-02 season. I will say this again. Ayub El-Kabi is 6 goals away from becoming the club's top scorer in one season of all time. I do not know if I'm the only one, but that is wild to me. That's insane. Like this man has already written his name in golden letters in our history. Then he's about to do it again. Mendilibar, for example, is extremely happy with him, aside what happened after the penalty, which props to Mendilibar for actually talking and telling off El-Kabi for that. But yeah, like it's insane. A wonderful player that we should keep. Why don't you want him to break the record? I do want him to break the record. I would love for Youssef El Arabi to have broken that record. He got very close. I think he was 1 goal off Lagos Alexandria. Pretty sure El Arabi's best season was 31 and not 32 that Alexandria does. But Ayub deserves to have that record. You can't take it away from him. The man finds goals out of thin air. He may not be incredible technically, but he's an incredible goal scorer. And if the man scored even half the chances he's missing per game, he'd have broken that record already. Not much to say. Not much else to say. Like props on the man. I hope he does. Hope he breaks it. He's earned it. He deserves it. Now, moving on swiftly after I see the comments. Yes, yes. If this man, I've said it publicly before, if this man knew how to play proper football like El Arabi and with the goal scoring ability he has, he'd be in the goddamn Premier League. So yeah, I hope you all couldn't hear my phone up to now because it's buzzed a few times. I thought I had it on silent. This is all happening live, and I'm nowhere near a professional. You all know that. But yes, moving on to something I haven't noted down. Two things I haven't noted down actually. There's gonna be a long one, so strap in because we haven't even touched the two main games yet, nor the Conference League. So yes, it's two interviews I want to talk about. Uh, one of them is João Carvalho. João Carvalho saying that his cycle here seems to be closing. And yes, I know I made a mistake. I wrote circle instead of cycle. I know the phrase is cycle. My brain just took it literally. Do forgive me. But yes. Uh, João Carvalho saying that he doesn't know what will happen. Saying he is working on the daily, but he is also saying a new challenge, implying that he is on his way out. So yes, we'll say I personally, of course, think that his time here is done. He gave all he could. Nothing amazing. Could have been so much more, as is the case for many players, but it would be better for both parties if he went away. Uh, it's worth it checking out the full interview. I have put it up on Twitter and I have posted a snippet of it on uh, Instagram. So I'm not gonna really get into the the important things. That was the most important thing. But for anyone who's curious, just go and look at it. And now, a man that has all the love in my heart, a man that I will forever be biased for, a man that spoke to Gazeta earlier today, but I haven't had the chance to report on it. Uh, Omar El Abdelawi, one of the biggest captains in Olympiacos recent history, and a man that loves this club. And I don't think anyone with common sense in this club doesn't love him. The man ended the interview by saying that he can talk about hours, he can talk for hours about Olympiacos. And in the interview, he just said incredible stuff about the club, about Mitchell, about how they still talk, about Gate 7 and the fans in general. Uh, he talked about how he told Marco Silva that Tsimikas needs to be on the first team immediately. Uh, he talked about just not being in the first division when he came to the club and him learning about the team after. Uh, Talked about how the derbies were treated with utter seriousness. And in general, he he just said some amazing stuff. All credit to Gazeta, honestly, for posting such an incredible interview. And I just want to point out one last thing, two last things, because I saw one more thing that I had noticed while listening to the interview, just talking about the Arsenal game. Of course, Omar being the one that passed it to Masura's assist to El Arabi's iconic goal. And yes, talking about Pedro in the utmost amazing words, and just saying that that Olympiacos kept him quote unquote alive. He talked about everything. Honestly, this interview is more than worth it. And Fanalakis going crazy. Fanalakis goes crazy every match, and I love that man for it. I honestly want to meet him. I want to have. He's one of the many people I want to have on here as time goes on. But yeah, I will make sure to post the interview as soon as the show is over. Please go watch it or even read it. Like, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. But yeah, aside that, because those two were kind of tangents, honestly. Didn't think I could get into the interviews. A small update about the Lamia game and the Fener game is that Daniel Podence will miss both of those games, having accumulated yellows in both the Super League and the Conference League, having accumulated too many yellows, I mean. So, yeah, on one side, I'm just happy that one will get a rest, and on the other side, I'm worried. But we won't get into that right now. Now, speaking about potential, I'll get into football first. So, Aris, uh, the passing Wednesday, Olympiacos defeated Aris 3-0. Of course, cruising could have been more, honestly. We're building on Mendelebar's mindset, and that's the biggest thing I'm looking at. That's the best thing I'm looking at. And I couldn't be happier, honestly. I'll talk about uh, the standings in a bit because I have an unpopular opinion about them. I'll get through the game and my notes first. Yes, the aforementioned man, Joao Carvalho, scored a goal, which is the weirdest thing ever. Only Aris, like not even Lamia, only Aris could concede to a lucky Joao Carvalho goal. No disrespect to the man, but God, honestly, God. Now, scorers being Ayub El Kabi in the 6th minute, uh, scoring off the rip from what can only be described as an incredible, incredible cross by Konstantinos Fortounis. Then going on to miss that penalty in the 41st. Yes, I mentioned it a bit earlier, but that attempted Panenka, that's the only thing that's made Mendilibar furious from Ayub El Kabi. That Cuesta just looked at, honestly. But yes, Uh, After that followed Podence's wonder goal. Like, what's there to say for this man? And that's why I'm glad he's getting arrested because ever since Medilbat has come in, he's arguably been playing at a higher level than he ever has for this club. Podence has been unstoppable, honestly. Uh, I am now starting to say connection troubles. I hope everything is okay. I'll just move on, like always. But yes, he's been unstoppable. And I'll talk about the man who gave the assist in a bit when I touch on the player ratings and some notes I had made from the game. And of course, the third goal, assisted by Omar Richards, who was also amazing. Not the MVP, but very close to the MVP. Uh, so yes, I'm glad everything is going good, audio-wise at the very least, and even video-wise. Uh, I'll touch on the obvious thing first of all. Danny needs to stay. Like, we've had doubts, especially under uh, Carnaval. We've had doubts, but Danny needs to stay. I don't care what has to happen. It's not that incredible of a buyout clause for everything he's doing. He needs to be a part of the team next season, especially with the assets that we may be losing, even through contracts, even through uh, transfers. He needs to be a part of it. He really does. Uh, Another thing I need to shout out before I get into the player ratings. Two more things I need to shout out is that the Omar Richards and Gelson Martins duo is a thing we need to be seeing more of. And I do hope we see it against Lamia with the rotation that is undoubtedly bound to happen. And that a healthy Stefan Jovetic is one of the best players in this squad. A healthy Stefan Jovetic is a mix of a central attacking midfielder and a false nine. And a healthy Stefan Jovetic would be, uh, what's the word? Don't remember, that's okay. Would be an incredible, would be a luxury, got it, would be a luxury of a backup option next year. If he can stay here. I understand the concerns, but if he can stay healthy, he also needs to be renewed, in my opinion, at least judging on recent form. That is. Now, player ratings. July is under the sticks, which is another thing I want to touch on. I do not get why people don't trust this man. It would be a proper joy for me if Jolakis would stay as our first choice keeper at least until the end of the season. Uh, did all he needed to, not did all he could, did all he needed to. And I think he needs to play against Lamia as well. I really do. Fener is a totally different talk that we will talk about, but I really do think that Jolac needs to play at least most of the league games this season. Uh, I will give him a 7 because he wasn't incredibly needed. Aris didn't really do much, but still, he's very quick in transition, which is another thing I want to applaud. He's very quick in transition, both close and both playing at the back and volleys. And he's improving game by game. I need him here. I think the club needs him here, and I think he should be in big contention for our first choice keeper in general. Uh, but yeah, Roddy, the injured Roddy, playing 86 minutes. Like this man, I don't know how he's still like, fit. I don't know how he's not completely out. He's super strength. This man has super endurance and super strength. It's not makes no sense. Like I'm the happiest about it, but it makes no sense. He's always incredible. No bad thing to say. Like even looking at the stats, he was nearly perfect in passes with 79%. Not amazing in crosses, but that's expected. Only missed one tackle. One tackle was only unsuccessful. Two shots, even almost scored. Two out of two successful dribbles, and just an 8. Nothing bad to say. Panos Regis, a man that's also been getting hate I don't get. A man that I'm glad is still playing. Does the club need a better starting centre back? For Europe at least, I hear it. But this man needs to be here. He's our boy. He's great. He loves this club. He loves this club. And we shouldn't be judging him for things like the acting. I still believe in him. I may be one of the only ones, but I still believe in him. Now, moving on. I give him a 7, by the way, again. Uh, David Carmo. David Carmo. The wall of this season, especially the recent, if you'll excuse me. Especially recently, been incredible, like always. And if there is a chance he could stay, it could be one of the best things that could happen to this club for next season. Like, of course, most of the loanees that Carmo, one of the main ones, to keep Mendilibar's core going into the summer and after. I'm giving David Carmo 7.5. Not really threatened once again, but amazing. Now, to one of the pleasant surprises of this game, a man that gave Ortega a run for his money, dare I say, and that is Omar Richards. Of course, having the assist for Joao's goal, putting up an incredible performance, especially especially after Gelson Martins came on. Which again, I repeat, we need to see this duo more, and I would love to see this duo against uh, Lamia. Giving him an 8, honestly. Didn't expect this, and I, if I'm not completely mistaken, he's alone from Nottingham Forest. Yes, but I don't know what will happen with Omar Rangers. We'll see. I'm not gonna speak anything big. I'm not gonna speak anything big. Now, uh, Santiago S. Santiago S. Did incredible work, especially, excuse my dog freaking out, especially defensively and back, like usual, like that man does all the all the dirty work. He's amazing, but I will move on into the amazing pairing that Mendilibar has found. If my dog stops freaking out, but yeah, uh, 94% in passing, 4 out of 6 long balls successful. Uh, every tackle won, aerial duel won. Uh, and that's about it for Santiago. And the man that Santiago has been paired with perfectly, and a man that similar to yes, yes, my dog is a guard. My dog is the best guard dog, but I don't want him to be too loud for you guys, and I don't want him to be too loud in general. But yeah, so we don't go on a tangent about my own dog. Moving on to SS perfect partner and a man that's similar to S has a contract for years to come, and that's Chiquinho. Chiquinho is one of the players, one of the very few, even handful of players that I've seen playing 100%, 90 minutes, game in, game out, without making nearly any mistakes. Like inhumane uh, consistency at the highest level for Chiquinho. Also 95% in passing. Uh, 1 out of 2 crosses successful. 1 out of 1 long balls. Uh, most tackles won. Like him and Santiago are a duo that need to say. Him and Santiago are a duo that Mendilibar is asking even more of. But I think that just shows that he believes in them. And I think we all should, and we should enjoy them while we have them. Speaking of enjoying while we have, a man that played 71 minutes, the captain, incredibly. I didn't give my ratings. I don't think I even gave my rating on Santiago. I think I just went on a tangent again. Just very talkative today, don't mind me. Uh, Santiago and Chiquinho both get an 8.5. Now, moving on to one of my intentions for MVP, uh, and one of my nines and above is the captain, of course, Costas Fortunis, being everywhere, absolutely everywhere. Uh, just nothing, nothing to say, nothing to say. I just saw this comment, as I should do, but please just tell me context. I'm sorry, I'm too into it. Uh, but yes, just captain's performance once again. Proper captain's performance. I really hope he renews. And yes, be talkative. Thank you, and I'm glad that what I'm saying is making sense. Uh, I think looking up for viewers, I think this is the most I've had, and it's even episode 3. So thank you, everyone. And I also want to thank you. Take a little break talking about football, and I also want to thank you because the first episode reached 30 views. Like today morning, I think it's on 31, 32 now. So thank you very, very much for that. Like the support has been insane. Like for whoever doesn't follow me or on Instagram, I've had a small interaction with Tariq El Leonosi. as well. Like the start of this has been more than a dream, even if you include the troubles with YouTube that have all been fixed now. Uh, yeah, just it's up from here. Do follow the banner. Do follow what the banner says. But yeah, it's only up from here, and I couldn't be more grateful. Moving on. Costas gets a 9, by the way, from me. Moving on to the man of the amazing goals and amazing performances. My first 10 of the two for the Irish game, and that's Daniel Podence. Of course, that incredible goal. Once again, three key passes, almost perfect in passes in general. Uh, just what to say, except please stay. Please, please keep this. Uh, Now, my MVP and my second 10, but I have him a bit higher because of how pleasantly surprising this man has been lately. And that's Stefan Jovetic. Incredible assist. Incredible assist. I think um, I think I mentioned that mm, yes, Potence's goal. He assisted Potence's goal. I am correct on that. And just all around, so much quality in a player. So much quality in a player. We've been knowing that. Yes, I know. But when he's healthy, he's a joy to watch here as well. He's absolutely a joy to watch, and I hope he stays healthy enough for us to keep him and renew him. Now, the nearly record-breaking Ayub El Kabi, of course, finding the goal once again. Had to mute to adjust my chair so I didn't blow out everyone's eardrums. As I was saying, Ayub El Kabi finding a goal once again and doing all that's asked of him. It's such a shame that thinking back to that penalty, it's such a shame. Such a shame. But yes, if you exclude that, he gets a 9 from me. Like, he just needs to ironically score more. Like as I said, if that man scored half of the chances he's missing added to these goals, he'd have broken Alexandria's record already. So yes, moving on to the subs. Masura's coming in for Costas Fortounis, playing 19 minutes. He gets a 7 from me. He didn't really do much. I'm still afraid that he's head somewhere else, that all this contract talk has gotten to him mentally, so we'll see. Zelson Martins getting a 7.5 from me. Improvement, of course, improvement. He will get back to his best if he stays healthy as well. 100% on the passing and one key pass, and incredible with Richards. I can't state that enough. Uh, Carvalho, Joao has to get master. I know I'm just bubbling, and I know I'm just yapping, and I know I'm just talking. It's probably nonsensical, but just going with the first thing that comes to mind. Usually these are planned, but I've been hella busy, so mostly nothing's planned. uh, and of course, as I was saying, has to be a 7.5 for Joao. Just 8 minutes of play, but scored. Not much else to say. And it's a 7 for Yusuf El Arabi. Not doing much. That's about it, honestly. And of course, Kini is non-applicable. He got 3 minutes of play. That's about it for the RS game. That's about it for the RS game. Now. This show, I hope this show is nice because this show is gonna go for like an hour and a half, as it seems. So I hope you all are enjoying yourselves because there is still a bunch to talk about. And one of them is this, the chaos of the Greek. For anyone that hasn't really been keeping up with the standings, with Panathinaikos beating AEK, PAOK turning it around against Lamia, and of course us beating Aris. The standings are now. Let me check the comment. Come on. I'm glad. I'm glad it's enjoyable. I'm glad the show is enjoyable. Uh, but yes, as I was saying, the standings are as follows. PAOK are now top of the league with 66 points. AEK now trail by one with 65 in second place. Panathinaikos in third with 62, and we stand in fourth with 60. Now, -6, of course, doesn't seem that insane, but if you ask for my opinion, the chances for the league died on Sunday. Did I think we had a chance before the eighth game? Yes. Honestly, I thought we had a chance. Not a big one, but I thought we had a chance. But now, to win the league, we need to win everything, which is not happening, if you want my honest opinion. Can we aim for maybe second? Yes. Yes, I think we can still aim for second place, which for this season would be good enough. And of course, giving everything we can in Europe, meanwhile. But I think the league style. My opinion hasn't changed. I think this league is going to work. I think PAOK will crumble, and I think Panathinaikos will count on the cup for Europe and finish fourth. And yeah, that's about it on the standings. For now, I will for sure update after the Lamia game as well with the Icon PAOK deciding who's going to be top between themselves and Panathinaikos betting everything against Aris. Of course, we have a chance to climb into third, being only two back from Panathinaikos. So we'll see. We'll honestly see. This league's too unpredictable, so an update will come on the after show of the Lamia game. So yeah, now staying on football, but going to a quick little update about the Conference League and Fenerbahce. For whoever found tickets, of course, I am very happy for you. I wasn't able to find tickets, so I am not going to be there, sadly. And the quick little update is that, as we knew, Fener are serving a suspension, so they won't be having fans here. But for safety concerns of UEFA and the Turkish cops, the Turkish police, we won't be having fans in Fener either. So yes, just logic just points to us needing to do all we can here and get as big of a win as we can here and go there and play as best of a football as possible with potential coming back. Of course, no league game in between the two final games. So yeah, we'll talk about it more on the pre-match. Yes, of course, for everyone that doesn't remember, on the final games 2 years ago, uh, Tiquinho who, again, I'll say this publicly many a times, I do not know why we got rid of Tiquinho. The man is now in Botafogo playing very well, if I'm not mistaken. Tiquinho got us the win in the first game, and Masura scored two incredible goals in Fener to win us the game. So yes, I hope he just comes alive. I hope him, El Kabi, Fortunis Podence in the second game just come alive and we fight and get to the semi-finals, and then whatever happens against the giants that are probably gonna be Aston Villa happen. But we'll take it a game at a time. Good. So yes, that's about it for football in general. As I said, there is gonna be an episode after Lamia and before Fener, and after of course, but before Fener as well. Uh, so yeah, we'll get into a lot more detail on those. Now, now. For those who do not know, for those who do not pick, who don't uh, watch basketball, for those who don't care about basketball, uh, Balzokas is warriors, honestly, because mentality giants use the words of one Jurgen Norbert Klopp. Uh, beat Red Star 86 to 89, uh, clashing a playoff spot, and now they have Fener, of course, on the 12th of April to basically decide what position we're gonna finish in and who are we gonna face. I still believe it's safe to play Panathinaikos in the playoffs this year. I still believe it. Uh, for us to get home field advantage, Panathinaikos need to lose the game they're playing now against Bayern, and it's actually closer than I expected. It's 61 to 63. Bayern Panathinaikos, so Pan are up by just two. So with how much to go? With around 7 minutes to go, so I will have the result to update you guys on by the time I get done with the basketball talk. And yes, going back to the Red Star game. A Red Star team that's put up an incredible fight, of course. We all know how amazing Coach Peropoulos is. A Hanga and a Bolon boy putting up the performances of a lifetime. Of course, Skakistis, yes. Coach B is just, I think this is the perfect description of Coach B. Uh, and for anyone that didn't see, I'll try and put up the photo of the fan with the Coach B shirt with the checkboard below him because it was the one of the best shirts I have ever seen. And Coach B t-shirts will never grow old. But yes, as I was saying, mostly the pathway through the sea for Olympiacos road to the playoffs. Our winning lottery ticket, Moses right. And ironically, with the name of this podcast, again voted by you all, the Red Sea fits a lot with what Moses Wright has done. But yeah, we'll get into that. Just wanted to talk about Red Star for a bit. massive props to Joel Bolomboy. If it wasn't for Moses Wright, would be here talking about why did we let him go. In a very tough game, he came up against his old team, of course, us, putting up 19, 12, and 1 assist. In a, I saw someone calling it a transfer game because this man deserves a higher quality team, in my opinion. And of course, Adam Hanga. Adam Hanga who came out of nowhere. Adam Hanga who had, I think, point 8 threes average in the season, and he just comes up and scores 5 out of 6, putting up 19 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. 3 assists in the game. And then Giedraitis and Nedovic, who were the four that basically held it down for Red Star. And then, of course, the man, the myth, the legend. I'll put up the comment again. Olympiacos is a lottery ticket, one of the most versatile big man in Europe, scoring basically the winning three at 84-84. He just pulls up from a wide open three and makes it 84-87, just silencing Stark Arena for the second time in a week, putting up 24-0. Incredible game. As he said in his post-match comments, he listened to Pat, who told him that he needs to be more aggressive in the rebounds and limit the opposing team's chances. Of course, amazing from the captain to go and talk to Moses, right? And he listened to Lare Judges, who called him soft in quotation. And we saw how aggressive he was in the second, putting up 7 free throws as well, with a very respectable 70%, 7 out of 10. 83 from the two, the incredible three, of course, once again. Just one mistake, 2 steals also, and rating of 25. Thomas woke up doing Thomas woke up things with a 12, 4, and 5, needing to mention uh, Cap's performance. Like Papa Nicolau was getting, I think, the most undeserved hate I've seen in Olympiacos basketball in the last 5 years. And then in the second half of the season, he's just showed up, done everything a captain should on and off the pitch, with countless examples able to be brought up. Showed up again yesterday, uh, putting up 12, 4, and 6. Uh, just no mistakes, absolutely no mistakes. Just a monster. He needs to be respected, and I would love if he lifted up a Euroleague as a captain, but that's long talk, of course. Again, already written in the uttermost of golden letters in Olympiacos' history, but he has a lot more to give, and people need to stop doubting that. Also, a man that deserves major respect, and very similar to the football dog of Stefan Jovetic that we said earlier, uh, Nigel William Goss, a healthy Nigel William Goss that may not have put up the incredible career record points that he put against Partizan, but he came and put up 10. Uh, 2 out of 3 threes, 2 out of 2 twos, 2 steals, 6 assists, 1 rebound, I'm sorry, that I missed that and just proved that he should be in the rotation. That proved that he should be in the rotation, that he's another player that doesn't deserve the hate. And also, before I start closing up, just praise to Nazmi Trulong. Barzokas, of course, playing him instead of the very informed Shaq McKissick uh, in the second half, in the third quarter to be specific. He came on, scored uh, a two and a very important three, just proved that he can be in this team, proved that he can play a very important part of the rotation of this team. Of course, Greek passport as well. And yeah, to end, I need to address the elephant in the room. Of course, at the former Isaiah Cannon once again. But I believe he'll find it. I believe he'll find it. Of course, that one has been incredible throughout the season. There is no doubting that. I still back him massively. He's still one of my favorite players of the team. There have been reports that he's asking for a renewal. I would love if we renewed him. I think we should renew him. I think we should renew him. I've expressed that in the last episode as well. And I still do want your opinions in the comments about Isaiah. Uh, and about contracts in general, both football and basketball, but that's a whole different talk that I will probably make a video about. So we'll see. And yeah, I believe he'll find it. Same as Fall, same as uh, Mustafa, who was again amazing in the defense, but not incredible offensively. Of course, it's safe to say also that Luke Sigma's career in Olympiacos is done. I don't think there is a chance he will continue with Petrusev coming back. Uh, I think Petrusev is going to come back by the Peristeri, if I'm not mistaken. Milutinov back for the Fener game. So, of course, we'll have Petrusev right and Pap just circling around the four. Of course, Petrusev and right can move. We'll have an incredibly in-depth front line that just doesn't fit Luke Sigma. One of the few mistakes of Barjokas and Olympiacos in the recent seasons. So yeah, it is more than safe to say his career is over here. I think that's about it for today. I don't know if anyone has any more comments to talk about. Pana look like they're gonna win. But honestly, going I have something to talk about. uh, no one wants to face this team. Honestly. No one wants to face this team. There is no team that current in form Olympiacos will not trouble uh, I said my opinion. I think fate is written in the way of us facing Panathinaikos with a 4-5 matchup, which honestly, in my opinion, would be incredible. Like solely talking fun, it could be an incredible rivalry to watch over a 5-game series, and including banter, but not hatred. It would be 5 amazing matches that I think we would come out on top of. I honestly do. because I don't think that any team can. I don't think any team can beat Olympiacos in a 5-game series easily. But I think there is one, at best, two teams that can beat Olympiacos in 5-game series in general. Current Olympiacos. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Playoff chaos, playing chaos as well in the Euroleague. Uh, Let me actually check who the teams are. Maccabi, of course, sealing the spot. I think they're seventh, no matter what happens. But for me, to like four teams, it is insane. With Baskonia, Zalgiris, wait, no, Bologna, Baskonia, Efes, Zalgiris, Armani, Partizan, and Valencia, all being in the running for the play-ins. Uh, so yeah, this EuroLeague season has been something, honestly, and I still have very mixed feelings about the play-ins, but we'll see what they provide. We'll see what they provide. Uh, Small update. As Panathinaikos are 8 points. Yeah. So as everything points, Olympiacos are gonna finish. Uh, Olympiacos are gonna finish fifth. Beating. If we beat Fener, we finish fifth. I think we'll beat Fener. So as everything points, Olympiacos are finishing fifth. Uh, Unless Bayern pull out a miracle in 1 minute 30. Uh, yes, I'm jumping back and forth. I'm sorry if this gets too confusing. Small update about football, about the Lamia game. There is a big chance Rodney, Chiquinho, and Ortega are not gonna even be at the bench for the Lamia game, solely due to resting reasons. Excuse me, and it makes incredible sense, to be honest, especially for Rodney and Chiquinho. Ortega already out with a knock. And there is a lot of talk about Keening, Richards, Masuras, and Gelson Martins getting game time, and there is a very big possibility that Andre Horta, who was out with an injury, and finally Sotiris Alexandropoulos being back, but especially with Sotiris Alexandropoulos, the chances are not amazing, but there is a bigger chance than there was up to now for him being back. Uh, so we'll see how it goes. I'm excited to see what Medilibar comes up with. I honestly am. Longest episode yet. Longest episode yet. I massively thank everyone who stuck around up until now on the live. I massively thank everyone who will stick around when this is up on YouTube and eventually on Spotify. And yeah, just as I said, thank you all for the support. It's been honestly immaculate. I can't express how grateful I am. Uh, Let me do one last check to see if I didn't miss anything from my notes. And no, honestly, I think that's about it. Honestly, I think that's about it. So, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. See you all in the next one, Sunday, if everything goes okay. As I said at the start of the show, in the best and in the worst case, always here to report.